Alright, if you're listening to this right now, it probably means the day didn't really end that good for you. Like, your body is in bed, but your mind is still walking around. You're still replaying things, still thinking about what you should have done, still worrying about tomorrow. And in this video, which is a long one, so just sit back, close your eyes, and just relax. So we're going to talk about different parts, and we're going to split them into chapters. So whenever you actually do fall asleep, but it happens again, you can come back to this video and listen to it again. Let's go. Listen. You are allowed to rest. Let's not rush anything. There's nowhere to go right now. No problem to solve. Just breathe for a second. You don't need to fix your life tonight, not right now. You don't need to understand everything, business, money, future, whatever. You don't need to be strong right now. You're allowed to rest. And I don't mean just sleep, I mean like mentally rest. Because resting is the first step to success. You have to rest. Without resting, you can't do anything. Because most of us are tired in a way sleep doesn't fix. I'm tired of thinking, of comparing, of wondering if we are behind. We see on social media other people who are more successful than us and we just go bad. Have you noticed that? You can sleep 8 hours and still wake up feeling extremely heavy. That's not a body thing, that's a life thing. Sometimes life feels like a test you didn't study for, and it's true, it happens to everybody. Everyone else looks like they got the answers, they got their future, they got it solved. They just post their money, they flex, they post whatever they post. They're moving, they're advancing. They look so good, they look so sure. And then when you look at yourself, you're just there like trying, guessing, failing, hoping you're not messing it up too badly. But let me tell you something quietly. Most people are guessing too, they just don't show it. Most people mess up more than you think. They smile in public and they doubt themselves in private all the time. Every successful person has failed at least 90% of their whole journey. Because in social media, you only see the highlight. You never see the pause. And right now, this is your pause. This is your rest. I think that nights exist for one specific reason. Just to rest. I'm not talking about sleep, but rest like in the day we perform, we work, we answer, we do what we gotta do. At a night, you have to rest because your thoughts sit down next to you and they ask you questions like, am I doing enough? Am I becoming who I thought I would be? Am I achieving something? Why does everything feel so messed up and just smashed together? And those questions don't want answers. They just want to be heard. They just want to be in your mind all the time because you cannot fix them. So just rest. Instead of fighting them, instead of trying to answer them, just let them be there. They are normal. You don't have to have a plan for your whole life. You don't need to have a map for your whole life. I know though, like everybody on the internet tells you that you should have. I know people talk like you should have it, but think about it. Did you really think you'd have everything figured out by now? Because if you did, then life wouldn't be that fun. Like, listen, when you were younger, you just couldn't wait till you were an adult to figure out what life was and accomplish things. But now, when you're an adult, you realize that no one really knows what they're doing. They're just getting better at doing it. I mean, your dad. You think he knows everything? Let's be real, he doesn't. It's his first time living too. He learns things every single day. But he just got better at practicing, better at controlling his nerves, his thoughts, better at being calm. Deep down, even your dad doubts himself. Trust me, everybody has this pressure, me and you, to be successful, strong, confident, certain, to be an example. But just tonight, you don't have to be any of that. Tonight, just be a human, alright? Tired, quiet, still failing, but trying. That's enough for now. You don't need to prove anything at night. You just need to recognize yourself. Most of us, especially this new generation, forget how slow life actually is. We treat it like a race, like if we don't move fast, if we don't do things extremely fast, we'll miss it and we'll be left behind. But life doesn't disappear if you slow down. In fact, it waits. The sun still comes up no matter what. People still wake up. Time still moves. You don't have to chase it right now. You can let it pass. Just tonight, gently. Like, have you ever noticed how calm things are when everyone is asleep? Like right now. No expectations. No noise, no rules, just you and your thoughts. This is a version of you no one else sees. The one that wonders, worries, the one that has a lot of stress, the one that just hopes it works out somehow. And this version of you deserves some peace as well, because everyone has bad days, and maybe today wasn't great. Maybe you said something you shouldn't have said. Maybe you offended a partner. Maybe you offended your mom or your dad. Maybe you got a bad grade. Maybe you crashed your car. Whatever. Days are not what define your whole life. A bad day doesn't mean a bad life. It just means it happened only today. That's all. You can still learn from it. There's something comforting about not knowing everything. It means there's still room for improvement. Still room for surprises, because if you knew everything, trust me, everything would get boring eventually. That's what makes life exciting. You have room to change. You have space for things you never thought can be true, but they eventually do happen. You don't need to see your whole future. That is what makes it fun. That's what makes life enjoyable, because if you can predict everything, you will just get bored. You just need to exist in this moment, and this moment may be quiet, may be full of stress, but just accept it. If your chest feels extremely heavy right now, I'm here to tell you, my friend, you're not broken, you're not finished, you're not behind. You're simply carrying things like every man should. Every man should. Thoughts, expectations, big memories, maybe your partner left you. Listen, try this for a second. Imagine setting them down, just removing them, not forever, alright? Just tonight. You can pick them up tomorrow. You can get back at them tomorrow. Right now, they don't need you. They're just toying with you. Every single thought is toying with you. Because, I'll be honest, everyone goes through different things. And I don't know exactly what you're going through. But I know what it's like to feel those things. I know what it's like to feel that you're behind. To feel like everybody is going forward and you're just dead. You're just stuck. Like you say to yourself, I'm wasting my life. I'm wasting my time. Listen, if that is you, you're not alone in that feeling. Millions of people feel that. I don't say it out loud, but it doesn't mean you're lost. It doesn't mean you're behind, because everybody has that. It just means that you're going through things that every person goes through. That's life. You don't have to become someone tonight. You don't have to improve. You don't have to fix your habits. Tonight is not for building. That happened during the day. Right now is just for breathing. So let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw relax. Don't bench anything. Don't flex your whole muscles. Let your thoughts slow down. Nothing needs your reaction right now. No one needs you except yourself. So just be soft on yourself sometimes. Take that rest. Life will still be there tomorrow, with its noise, its problems, its plans, the expectations, the bills to pay, things to take care of. But tonight, you get a small break from being you. Just your mind in a quiet room, listening to itself. That's enough. I would really love if you guys can subscribe, comment, and like the video so it gets pushed out to more people like me and you. We're gonna continue with the other parts, but for now, just stay here, breathe, listen to your thoughts, listen to this video. Don't rush. You don't need to fall asleep immediately. Just rest. Alright? It's okay to be lost. You know what nobody admits? Most of us don't actually know what we are doing. Me and you wake up. We do what we are supposed to do. We go where we're supposed to go. But inside, there's this quiet question. Am I even going the right way? Everybody has this. And the thing is, we don't say it out loud, because being lost or not having everything figured out seems like you're just weak, you're just ass, you're shit. It sounds like you're a failure. But think about it. How could you not be lost sometimes? Every successful person has been lost at some point. Everybody came generation after generation. No one had a clear map. No one had clear instructions. Just expectations. Dad expects you to be successful. Same with your partner. Same with your mom. Same with your family members. They expect you to be happy, to be strong, to take care of them, to be something, to be someone. Nobody really tells you how, because the thing is, they really can't. Unless it's someone in your own position, in your own age right now, They really can't. Of course, there's things that will always be the same, but things change. Me and you should try things. Guess. Copy some people. Maybe change some directions. We doubt ourselves all the time. But we have to try again. And that is not being lost. That's just simply being human. Most of us say, or being depressed or being left behind, is that you're in between versions of yourself. You're trying to figure out who exactly are you. Not who you were, not yet who you will be. And that space feels uncomfortable because you feel empty, you feel like you're lost, you feel very slow. It feels like nothing is happening, nothing is going forward. But a lot happens actually in silence. I mean, seeds don't actually grow loudly. They don't grow that fast. They first build the roots on the ground and then they just explode up. That's success as well. You might look at other people and think that they know what they want. They know what they're doing. Just like I said before, everybody has these thoughts, but nobody says them. So you don't really see their doubts. You don't see their nights. You don't see their fear of messing up. You don't see their tears. You don't see their stress. Because everyone looks good from far away. Even you. That's why you're so good at hiding it. But up close, we're all just hoping. We're all just guessing. There is this idea that life should make sense early. That the moment you turn 18 or 21 or 16 or whatever, you should know about finances, about money, about life. You should know what you're doing, where you're going, and who you are. And of course, it's best to know. But things take time. It's better to take 20 years but to be good at it than figure it out in a couple of months or 5, 6 years and then just mess it up. Maybe that thing should be backwards. What if life only starts making sense after you get lost a few times? Take this into a gym perspective. You cannot progress without failing. You have to take your muscles to failure at some point, and they need to what? To rest, to recover, to get stronger. Same with life. You take wrong turns, alright? Businesses fail, plans fall apart, relationships fall apart. Maybe all of those things, and not just maybe, but they are for sure part of the plan, part of the design to help you, to develop you. I don't care in which religion you believe in or if you are an atheist. I think God doesn't rush people. He knows what's right for everybody at every single time. He knows when to give someone what. He doesn't rush people, we do. We say, figure it out, pick something, move faster, get it done. Because some people live by their culture. Some people marry at 15, 16. Some people marry at 25, 26. Some people marry above 30. Everybody has their own time. Everyone succeeds at their own time. Time isn't being wasted. It's being used to shape you, to soften you, to humble you, to teach you patience. Because if you got everything right away, you will never learn how to carry it. You will never learn how to manage it. If you win $10 million, you will probably lose it. But if you get $100,000, if you get $10,000, you lose some, but you get better at managing it. The moment you get 10 million, you will know how to not lose it. Have you ever noticed how hard moments change the way you see things? I mean, before pain, before something happens to you, you judge people. If someone is in pain, or if someone has, let's just say, a fever, you say, come on bro, it's not that bad. But the moment you have it, you're like, oh shit, I messed up. We judge people a lot more. We expect more. But after we experience it, we understand it. We slow down. We start to show empathy. You didn't choose that lesson. It happened to you. God made it happen for you. So you can learn and you can grow. Being lost doesn't mean you're off the path. It means you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And if you believe in God, and if you believe in His plan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You are in the place where you're supposed to be, not where you want to be or where you expect it to be, but where you are supposed to be. Of course, all of us like control. We like knowing. We like being the man. We like being the boss who knows everything. We like certainty. We like guarantee. But life doesn't really work like that. It just unfolds slowly, quietly. It chooses people who to learn what at what specific time. Think about your life so far. How many things happened that you didn't plan? Like a specific person that you met by accident, But was it accident though? Like, I met my partner in high school. We were in the same class, but I didn't have a single conversation with my partner 2 years. And then in just 2 years, I started liking her. I started talking to her a bit more. I started getting interested. She was there the whole time, but I just met her. What were the odds of me and her being in the same class? God made it happen. Some moments you simply didn't expect. I was the guy in my group who said love isn't real. I was the first one to fall and I fell extremely hard. Things change, alright? Things happen. These things shape you. They shape you more than your plans ever did. So, if you feel lost right now, not like dramatically lost, just like confused, that doesn't mean something is wrong. It just means something is forming. God is making the road for you, like a fog before a clear morning. You can't see far, but the road is still there, step by step. You don't need to solve your whole life tonight. You don't need answers. You don't need direction. Right now, you just need to exist, to breathe and to rest. Let the questions sit without attacking you. Tomorrow can hold the worry. Tonight, just rest. If you believe in God, these things are not punishments. They are just preparation. They are developing. You're being taught how to wait. You're being taught patience. Taught how to trust, how to listen, how to move without seeing the full picture. That's no weakness. That's faith. That's big trust. So, if your mind keeps asking, where am I going? You don't have to answer it. You can just simply say, I don't know yet, and that's okay. Because life isn't a straight line. If it was, it would be extremely boring. It's a mountain. Up, down, up, down. And sometimes walking without seeing the end is exactly how you learn to trust yourself, how to trust the plan. Now we'll talk about pressure and peace and how they fight inside you every single day. But for now, let yourself be lost without calling it failure. Let yourself not know without calling it weakness. You're still here, you're still trying. That's enough. Just calm yourself. Pressure versus peace. Everybody has this every single day. A quiet fight going inside you every single day. Not loud, not dramatic, not something crazy. Just constant pressure and peace. On one hand, you have these sayings. Do more, be more, don't slow down, don't fall behind. On the other side, you have breathe. Stay here. You're okay right now. And most of the time, the first one wins. Pressure wins. You wake up with it, you scroll with it, you carry into the night with it. If you don't have pressure, you wouldn't be listening to this video right now. Even when nothing is happening, you feel like something should be happening. That's pressure. It's strange how tired you can feel without doing anything physical. Like, you can lie in bed all day and still feel exhausted because your mind was running the whole time. It never shut down. Thinking about what you didn't do, what you should have done, what you should have said better, what people expect from you. That kind of tiredness doesn't show on the outside, but it's extremely heavy. People who have it all the time can sense when other people have it. Because I have it a lot. You don't realize it how much you're carrying until you actually try to put it down. Pressure sounds logical and it looks like it's helping you. It says to you, if I push you, you will succeed. If I stress you, you will improve. If I scare you, you will move and you will get better. But pressure doesn't actually teach you how to live. It just teaches you how to survive, how to live on adrenaline all the time, how to rush, how to react, how to stay tense. And if you live like that long enough, you forget what calm feels like. You'll become impulsive. High blood pressure, maybe a heart attack, maybe a attack on the brain. I had a family member who always stayed tense, and now he had a brain attack and he's now paralyzed. It's true. I'm not making it up. Peace starts to feel unfamiliar, like it did for him. Like something you're not allowed to have yet. Like, I'll relax when I fix everything. But you cannot ever fix everything. There will always be things to fix. Always. Peace does not shout. It doesn't demand. It simply waits. It feels like quiet mornings, slow walks, breathing without thinking, praying, meditating, working out. Peace isn't laziness, guys. It's simply balance. You need balance in your life. It's when your mind isn't fighting. It's just with you. You can't be on peace all the time, but you also can't be on pressure all the time. You need to balance these out. But have you noticed how rare silence is now? Like, if you're with your buddies and cannot go 15 seconds without someone saying a word, and if you go, you're probably on your phones. There's always music, videos, messages, noise, opinions. Even when you're alone, you're not really alone. You're on YouTube, TikTok, watching movies, doing some dumb shit. Your head is full of other people's voices, and sometimes that's where the pressure comes from. Not from life, but from comparing yourself all the time. You see what they're doing, what they have, what they have achieved. And suddenly, you start comparing to yourself, and maybe you're a bit behind on certain things, and you just feel wrong about yourself. But pace isn't a competition. Everybody has their own time. Life isn't a race with a finish line. It's a walk. You only take once. Take very good care of it. There's a difference between doing your best and punishing yourself. Pressure punishes. Peace guides. Pressure says you're not enough yet, while peace says you're learning. Keep going. Pressure says hurry. Peace says to you, look, calm down. You've done good today. And maybe that's what you need tonight. Not motivation, not a plan, not discipline, just a simple reminder. You don't have to be intense to be meaningful. You don't have to suffer to deserve rest. You don't have to break yourself to prove that you care. If you believe in God, then maybe peace isn't weakness. Maybe it's a trust. Trust that you don't have to force everything. That not every door opens by pushing. Not everything goes well all the time. You don't have to do every single thing tensed. Sometimes you simply just listen. Just letting things come. Just letting things move with the flow. Because God really has its ways. Pressure makes everything feel urgent. Like, if I don't do it now, I will fail. While peace tells you you're still here tomorrow. You can make it. When you start thinking like that, it changes everything. Stop treating life like it's an emergency. Start looking at the small things, the good things, the quiet things. You don't need to drop all of your goals. You don't need to stop trying. You just don't need to attack yourself while you are trying. You can't move forward without being a pain in the ass of yourself. So tonight, you don't need pressure. You don't need urgency. You don't need to prove anything. You just need peace. Not forever, just for now. Just enough to breathe. Just enough to soften your thoughts. Just enough to remember that you're allowed to exist without fixing yourself first. Because you will fix yourself along the way. Night thoughts and overthinking. It's funny how your mind waits until everything is quiet. Really get loud about it. All day you're busy. Noise, tasks, people, screens, videos, whatever. The night comes, lights off, phones down. Suddenly, your thoughts are like, okay, now we talk. That's when everything shows up. Things you did wrong, the things you said wrong, the message you did not send, the decision you're avoiding, the future you don't understand. It's like your brain saved all the questions for the moment you tried to rest. That happens to everybody. I'm sorry to tell you the truth, but overthinking is not intelligence. It feels like it is, but it's not. It's your mind trying to control what it can't. It's replaying moments as if that will change you. All it really does is just keep you awake. Have you noticed this? During the day, problems feel very small. At night, they feel huge. Not because they grew, but because there's nothing else around them. They go on repeat. One thought turns into 10. 10 turns into a whole story. You don't just think like I made one mistake. You think I always mess up. What if this happens again? Why am I like this? And suddenly you're not tired anymore. You're tense. Your brain thinks night is a good time to solve your life, but it's actually the worst time. You're already tired, already emotional, already quiet. So every thought sounds more serious than it really is. The same thoughts you have at day are way different than the same thoughts you have at night. A small worry feels like an extremely bad thing. Sometimes overthinking is just simply unspoken feelings. Stuff you didn't process in the day. Anger you swallowed maybe. Someone said some bad words and you got sad but you ignored it. Something you joked about and maybe you thought the person got offended and you started fearing it. Don't fight it. Just notice it. Okay, just say to yourself, that's what it was the whole time. Okay, I got it. You don't need to solve those thoughts tonight. Not just tonight, but really at any time. You don't need answers right now. You don't need to make decisions. You can let them pass without grabbing them. You don't chase every single thought, alright? Just let them go. Here's something simple but very real. Most of what you worry about at night will not matter in a year. So if it doesn't, it's not really a big problem. Some of it won't matter in a month. Some of it even in a week. But right now it feels like everything. That's not because it's important. It's simply because you are making it important. If you believe in God, this is the moment to stop caring everything yourself. Not with big prayers, not with perfect words, just with a quiet thought like, I don't have to hold this tonight. You can put the future down, you can put the past down. Just live in the present. Trust me, silence is not dangerous. It's just unfamiliar. Try this with me for a moment. Don't answer anything in your head. Don't fix anything. Just notice your breathing. Take a big breath in, big breath out. That's all I want from you right now. Not a plan, not a decision. Just breathe. Your thoughts don't define you. You are the one who's listening to them. You are the one who's giving them this much importance. You don't have to believe every idea that your mind creates, especially at night. So if your brain is loud right now, that does not mean something is wrong. It's just simply human instinct. Slow down, hear it, and just say that's okay. It doesn't have to make sense. People and their brains are extremely interesting. Just let it fade. People, expectations, and guilt. Listen, a lot of weight you feel isn't even yours. It's other people. Their expectations, their opinions, their needs, their disappointments, their hopes for you. You don't just live your life. You live it while imagining how everyone else sees it. That is very exhausting. You think about, what will they say? What if I let them down? What if I choose wrong? Not because you don't know what you want. Simply are scared of their reaction. You are scared if you fail them. So you carry their decisions, their hopes with you everywhere you go. What decisions you make, what outcomes come. You carry those thoughts into your sleep and into your silence. Even when they are not in the room, they are in your head. Guilt is a strange thing. It doesn't always come from doing something wrong. Sometimes it really comes from just wanting something different. Like me, who I want to just sometimes, be different. Not just go only the traditional way of just school. I feel the guilt sometimes. Different path. That makes me feel guilty, The different life. Like, I feel sometimes that if I choose me, I'm hurting my family or I'm hurting my closest people, which is my family, of course. But choosing yourself, guys, is not betrayal. It's just honesty to yourself. Have you noticed this? You can do 10 things right. One bad thing you do, that's the one that stays in your mind all the time. You don't want to disappoint anyone. You simply don't want to be the reason someone is sad or someone is disappointed. So you just fit into their needs. You explain and you overthink things. You apologize for things that are not even mistakes. And slowly you really forget what you actually want and you just chase what they want. There's a difference between being kind and being controlled. Being kind is caring, alright? Being controlled is never choosing yourself, just choosing what they actually choose for you. A lot of us confuse the two. We think to ourselves that if we suffer quietly, we are a good person. But suffering quietly doesn't make you a good person. It just tires you and then you end up failing. Some people love the version of you that never say no. That version is very bad for you, not for them. It's very beneficial for people. The version that always understands, that always obeys, that always listens, always waits, always adjusts. But that is not good for you. It just prisons you. It's not freedom. Listen, I'm pretty sure you're getting tired by this saying, but if you believe in God, maybe you weren't created to live someone else's life. We're not meant to fit perfectly into every single expectation. Disappointment, failure, judgment, bad thoughts, bad words from people are a need. They are a part of the journey. You cannot please everyone no matter how hard you try. Not because you're doing wrong, but that's just life. That's just reality. You're allowed to change. You're allowed to outgrow people. You don't have to hang out with the same people who make you feel behind and who make you stuck. That does not mean you stop loving them, alright? It just means you stop shrinking. You stop trying to fit in. You just look at yourself. Guilt makes everything heavy, even the good things. You can be happy and still feel bad for being happy. You can rest and feel lazy for resting. You can choose peace if you you are failing someone. Peace doesn't mean you don't care. It makes you care about surviving. I used to feel extremely bad and extremely lazy for taking a rest from my studies. Listen, you don't owe everyone the same version of you. You don't owe explanations for every single step you take. Not to a single person. You don't owe your whole future to your past. You can respect people without living their expectations. That's life. Tonight, you don't need to solve your relationship with your partner, with your friends, with your family. You don't need to fix how people see you. You just need to notice how much you carry and set some of it down. Remove some of it. Not forever, just for now. Because if you do it forever, it will come back to bite you. You don't need to be perfect, strong, understanding. Not tonight. Tonight, just be quiet. Just be honest. Be human. You don't have to answer anyone. At least tonight. You don't have to prove anything. You can exist without performing. That's what actually makes you grow. Time, memories, and growing older. There's something about night that makes you think about time. Not the clock, but your life. You start remembering things. Moments that felt normal back then, but feel heavy now. Old rooms, old people. Stuff you didn't know was the good old days until they were gone. Growing older is very strange. You don't feel older, you just feel different. More aware, more tired, more careful, more expectations. You realize that time doesn't ask permission, it just moves. No matter what, it doesn't wait for anyone. Like, one day you're waiting for things to start, and then suddenly you look back wondering, when did they even start? You remember how loud things used to feel, how exciting things used to be, how much you cared about small stuff. Nowadays, you just care about quieter things. You care about peace, you care about stability, you care about not being rushed, and you still fail at it. Sometimes that makes you feel boring. Like, it's not boring. Trust me. Memories hit different at night. In the day, they're just there. At night, they sit next to you. Because at day, you have things to do, but at night, you're just alone with your own thoughts. You think about people you don't talk to anymore, friends you don't have anymore, places you don't go anymore, old versions of you that simply do not exist anymore. Not in a sad way or a happy way, just in a quiet way, just to acknowledge them. And you just say to yourself, like, wow, that really happened. Time does not only take things, it shows you what mattered, what didn't, who stayed, who didn't. You start seeing patterns, you start understanding why some things had to end. God has his ways, not because they were bad, but because they had their purpose. He taught you what they were supposed to teach you. There's a kind of grief in becoming someone new. There's this fear that you just will lose yourself. Like, you don't just gain a future, you have to trade it. You have to lose a past. Nobody really talks about that. They talk about success and they talk about growth, but they don't talk about the things you have to give up. They don't talk about the feeling of that. Like, you cannot go back to who you were, even if you wanted to, because if you do, the future you will not be able to exist. But there's also something beautiful in it. You survived every version of yourself. The confused one, the scared one, the egoistic one, the one who didn't know better, the one who thought he was on top of the world. They all brought you here. Every single phase had its purpose. So, when you feel nostalgia, don't rush it away. It means that something mattered. It means that you cared. If you believe in God, then maybe time isn't stealing your life. It's just shaping it. Slowly but surely. Slow, quiet, with patience. You don't notice it happening until you just look back and everything looks different. That's how God works. It's okay to miss things and still move forward. It's okay to miss your partner, or to miss that girl, or to miss the old times you had with your friends. It's okay to miss things. It's okay to love the past without actually living in it. Feel old sometimes, even if you're not. It's okay. It just means that you're aware, you're acknowledging it. You're not wrong for doing that. That's what the night is for sometimes. Not fixing the future, not regretting the past, just reflecting and remembering. Not with pain, neither with pressure. Just with, yeah, I lived that. Trusting life a little more. You ever notice how tired you get from trying to control everything? Not just big things, but small things as well. How conversations go, how people see you, how tomorrow turns out, how your life should look by now. It's like you're holding the wheel with both hands, but still are afraid of messing up. Because control feels very safe. It feels like if I plan enough, it'll be good. If I think enough, if I prepare enough, nothing bad will happen. Life doesn't really listen to your plans. It has its own ways. It listens to time. It listens to God. Sometimes it just happens out of nowhere. That bad thing or that good thing. Think about how many moments in your life happened without your permission. People you met, things that ended, opportunities that just showed up without you ever expecting them. Losses you did not choose. You're still here. Different, of course, but You're still here. That's not luck. That's not bad luck. That's just time doing its own thing. The thoughts, you don't have to fight the unknown every single second. You don't have to understand everything. You don't have to know everything. You don't need proof. You don't need a plan. You just need to take the next step in front of you. Just move, alright? Meaning will come. It will catch up. We spend so much time asking, what if it goes wrong? But we rarely ask ourselves that, what if it goes right? What if the delay is simply protection? What if the confusion is guidance? What if the thing that you lost was not meant to stay? I'm not saying this in a dramatic way. I'm saying this in a quiet, in a natural way. Like, God has everything. God does everything with a purpose. So if you believe in God, then trusting life is really trusting that you're not alone in it. Not everything depends on your strength. That not every answer has to come from you. Some things just unfold when you stop forcing them. Faith is not loud, it's not confidence, it's not softness, it's just trust plan. Putting your trust in God. It's just you saying to yourself that I don't see the whole road, but I'll take this step anyway because I know who can see it, which is God. Control makes you tense. It makes you feel like you know everything. Trust makes you feel like you are weak. Controlling it says to you that you must handle this. It's better. But trust says I'll handle it. I'll handle what I can and leave the rest to God. And there's peace in that difference. A lot of peace. You don't have to give up on effort. You don't have to stop caring. You just don't have to carry the whole future on your shoulders. Not tonight. You can let tomorrow be tomorrow. You can let answers come when they're ready. You don't need to drag them into this moment. Maybe that's what rest really is. Not sleep, not stopping, but trusting enough to loosen your grip. To trust God on your future, on your plans, on your outcomes. Of course you can be scared. Of course you will have fear. Of course you'll have doubts. That's what makes life interesting. So if you're laying there right now and made it up so far and you're still awake, I want you to know that God is making the way for you. Me and you will make it. Trust me. If you think about everything that could happen, you don't need to solve it, alright? You just don't need to predict it. You don't need to protect yourself from every single possibility. You can just be here, alive, breathing, and just being present, alright? And let life do its own thing. Because trust me, if you are still awake, you still haven't slept, and you made it till this very moment, trust me, man, God will reward your patience. He will reward your doubts, your fears, the nights you cried when nobody knew. God has its own way. Drifting into sleep and closing the mind. Listen guys, at some point you don't need more thoughts. Alright, you've carried enough today. Enough memories, enough worries, enough questions. You don't have to finish anything tonight. You don't have to understand your whole life. You don't have to fix what's broken. You don't have to have everything figured out. Right now, be here, just breathe. That's enough. Think about how the day ends. Doesn't end with a big moment. Doesn't end with a big conclusion. It just fades. The sun goes down slowly and it just becomes dark. So let your thoughts fade. Because if something heavy comes up in your mind, you don't have to push it away. You can just say not tonight. Not because it doesn't matter, right? But because you matter more. You matter more. You can care about things and still rest from them. Your body already knows how to sleep. You learned it before you learned words, before you even knew how to walk. You just don't need to force it. Sleep isn't something you achieve, it's something you allow, it's something that you use to just take a big break. If you believe in God, then maybe night is a reminder that you're not in charge of everything. That the world keeps moving even when you stop. It doesn't wait for anyone. You're allowed to be small for a few hours. Put your life down. To just close your eyes and just say, I'll just go to sleep now and just rest. You don't need to watch everything. You don't need to cover everything. Just trust the dark. Just notice how quiet things really are. There is no expectations, no performance, no fake smile. You don't have to be strong. Just be tired, alright? Tell yourself that it's okay to feel those. Your thoughts might still be there, you know? The morning you wake up, they will still be there, but that's fine. Tomorrow you will have decisions, you will have people, you will have movement, you will have things to do. But for now, just be gentle on yourself. Calm down. You don't need to rush your sleep. You don't need to chase it. You can just lie there and let the world get softer. Notice your breathing getting slower, your body getting lighter, your mind getting quieter. Not all at once, just gradually, slowly. You made it through today, whatever today was. Something bad happened, something good happened. You're still here, alright? That counts. So, if your eyes start to close, don't fight it. Don't stay awake. Fall into it. And if you still wake up to those things again, that's okay too. There is no rush, because those things never end. Just let go. Let go of today. Let go of the weight. Let go of the expectations. You don't have to hold anything tonight. Just breathe and let the night do the rest. I want to say that I'm really proud of you, bro. Me and you will get to the top one day. Don't let other people's expectations or their words dictate your whole future and your mind and your peace. Do it slowly, trust God, and keep good people close to your circle. Not everyone knows what they're doing. Not a single person knows exactly what they're doing. Everyone has things that they fear. It's their first time living as well. I'm very proud of you, bro. Let's go, bro. You got it.